Welcome back to the Evolution YouTube channel, the channel that has such poor content you'd think it was the main channel's second channel, but it's not, it's actually the main channel. Now today, we are deviating away from cars, sort of, and I've got something new. Now I'm really excited about things, but I've been on at this company for a while to do this. Now what would happen if you got something that's in a different video? It's a hose reel with a pressure wash built into it. Now what happens if you got that and combined it with one of these? It'd be nice if it actually had a photograph. Hey, there we go. It is a roll-up vacuum cleaner that attaches to the wall. There's not much I can really tell you about it because it doesn't really tell you much about it on the box. Yeah, it doesn't tell you. It's got remote control. That's all it tells you. It doesn't even tell you how long the hose is. Maybe it's shy. What a lot of pissing around. Firstly, the lights flicker. That's annoying. Secondly, my tripod was missing. Right, crack on. To fix the flickery lights, I had to get me hexagon lights out. They don't flicker, but they make a buzzing noise. So that's fucking brilliant. Now, as you go without saying, I was not given this for nothing. This isn't a sponsored video. I had to pay full whack for it because nobody gives me anything for nothing. This is generally how life is. But these have been out in other countries for quite a while, but it's taken a little while for them to bring out the 240 volt one. And I kept telling them to do it, I kept reminding them, and they advertised it, and I wrote in the comments, crack on releasing this, and underneath they said, if you've got an issue with it, contact customer service. And I thought, actually, yeah, I suppose crack on probably doesn't really translate particularly well to Chinese. Wall mounted vacuum. Stuff. Yeah, stuff. Oh, yeah, stuff. Wall fixings. That's a lot of wall fixings. What the fuck is going on? Now, considering I don't really have a great deal of wall to start with, this isn't boding too well. Tubes and a pin from a hand grenade, which is a bit of a worry. Is that anything? Is that going to be the filter, or is it just a lump of packing shit? Don't really know. Right, there's nothing else in there. That is a fair bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Well, that's a start, I suppose. It's got the correct plug on it. It's not the most generous of cords. Did I have instructions, or have I just launched them somewhere? Here, the instructions, right. Wow. Fucking wow. Right. Installing the vacuum. Boring. Installing the vacuum. Boring. How to change the filter, and it doesn't actually tell you how to change the filter. Brilliant. Right. 70mm wide. No. Definitely not. Half a metre high. No. Because not only does it have to be half a metre high, you have to be able to remove the bottom of it to empty the bag. Right, cut. Right, I'm presuming then, if that's a muffler, that is an output. And this Star Wars piece of shit must go on there. That makes sense. But that makes it even more high. Right, shit has got to be hiding in there somewhere. So, I think, let's see, pulls forwards, okay. Stuff. Oh, there you go. Right, the filter is inside here. HEPA filter. Imagine a mount of some sort. Crevice tool. Not for that sort of crevice, obviously. Right, this one, I think there's two models. One's got on-off button on the front there, or you've got an on-off button, which is Bluetooth, I think, on there and there. That's handy, depending on how long that is. You don't want to be right over there and have to keep walking back and turn it on and off. So that's something. I'm sure at some point you'll have to change the batteries because there's a little pull tab thing. More solid metal, not quite sure what for. It's like a rubber, no, they're not bristles, it's just a rubber sheet. Oh yeah, now that's a super wide crevice tool, that's for your mum. She's got a super wide crevice. Another mount, I assume. Your standard push me pull you with a flop down brush of some sort, in case you want to do carpet. Like you'd have that carpet for in your workshop. Your standard little Hitler moustache type one. That's your And of course your, so there you go. If you can't find half your shit, it's inside. And it looks like there are electrical contacts, so it probably won't turn on with that missing. So that's good. So I thought about it, presuming it's going to be a low voltage. Yeah, it slides on as well. Just don't trap the cable. Ugh, greasy. Now as you pull it out, it will stop at some point, and then to make it go back in, you have to pull it again, and it goes back in. And what will happen is, once you pulled it, next time you pull it, it'll go back in, but if you stop and pull it again, it will lock on the way back out. So that'll pull in, but if I pull it again, it'll lock. Pull it again, and let it go back in. So that's a nice little idea. And this thing obviously runs backwards and forwards to keep it lined up, and the spacing will be proper for that. But if it does go out of whack, you can always lift it up and then move it to the position you want, move it back down again. All right, if you play around with this and then it starts going the wrong way, because I had it pulled halfway out, and then when I went to put it back in again, it was going that way instead of that way. What it does, it seems to flick itself over when it gets to the end, and then it will start running the other direction. So once it's running one direction, you can't force it to go the other direction unless you get it to the end and then it pings, and then you can push it back again. So the best thing to do is flip this over, and then with 3 reels, put it all back onto there, put it right over, and then release it, and then it resets itself. Now it's worth noting that if it does that, you'll notice that that has actually gone into the hole. If you pull that over, it doesn't lift it enough to actually free it. So you have to make sure that that is over like that before you can lift it. That tripped me up for quite some time. Okay, I've had a good think about it, and it's annoying, but I had 2 options. I could either put it up in the loft and then pull the hose down, bit annoying, or just get rid of all this, and it will just about fit into that bit there, fit in there with enough room for the latches to open both sides and for the tray to come out the bottom. I didn't really want to cover that, and I didn't really have to move those, but I can always move all those bins to that thing there, because that's just a mess. That's just a lot of chucked away parts. Or next week I'll be getting a big container put in there, so I can always put them in there, I suppose. Options are good. And yes, before anyone asks, that is an arcade joystick. Just made a lot more sense, because originally you have to do little buttons on the side of this, which was just a bit of a pain to get to. It's just so much easier as you walk out. Obviously you got down, you got up, and then sideways just stops it. So much easier. Alright, I've got it all balanced up there, and just to make sure it fits just about. That is annoying though, having that there. It doesn't really give me much room to play with. So I've got to be quite precise as to the mounting of these steel mount things. Also I need enough room to be able to slide it on there, so I need to remove that. That'll give it a bit more top room to be able to put it in, slide it down and get that in. Right, instead of guessing, I've stuck the brackets on the back, and then got that stuck at its highest position, because obviously it needs to slide over that lip, and then measure the distance between that and that. That's 55mm, so that's the top mount, that's bottom mount. So I can do a little line there, measure up 55, and that'll be where it sits. Decide whether or not I want that to pull over a little bit further, because I think they want you to put all the hose attachments on that end. Obviously that's not really going to work. I've got the isolators, so the power will be on there, so I don't really want to cover those up too much. It doesn't really matter if that comes over too far, so I'll just line it up nicely. As long as I've got enough room to drop that down to empty it, that'll be fine. And best thing to do, now you've got your line up there, I don't think you can see the line of course, but is to then actually cut these out with scissors, so then you can line it up there, tape it to the wall, and then you can use the rest of them for drilling practice. Yep, cut the holes out pretty badly, but you can see the line. What you've got to do is line the line up in these little holes on each side. The edge of the actual vacuum cleaner lines up a little bit further than that. So you have to be aware when you're line up. It obviously helps that if you're not going to be drilling into mortar, make sure you're going straight into brick. That'd be good enough. You can always measure. They've got a little bit of movement. Now, what sort of quality fixings do you think we've got? Do you think they're going to be good? Or do you think they're going to be shit? The screws look like they're made of metal coated plastic, but I'm sure they're okay. Right, these are the wall anchors we've got. Don't seem to have any markings on them. I'm sure it will say what size drill bit is required in the instructions. Right, it says we need 12mm drill bit. And this is something else that really annoys me. That goes in there like that. Now really, that shouldn't be any longer than that. That should really be about the same length. I might throw a few washes in there just to bring it out a little bit. Also worth checking that the template's right, because it's not. Fuck me. You line the top ones up and the bottom ones are out by 6mm. What a crock of shit. Yeah, so make sure you pay attention, otherwise you're going to fuck yourself. Right, 12mm drill. Right, the instructions say 12mm drill bit, obviously you want a hammer drill, go in 80mm deep. Again, bullshit, because the bolts are only 70mm and I've still got to go through the plate, and the fixings are 55mm, so I'm going to go 70mm because that's all you need. Alright, if only you had a vacuum cleaner, you could tidy all this up. As much as I love Milwaukee stuff, Hoover's shit. Considering the power of it, it's far too noisy. You need a 13mm. Now obviously don't tighten them all up at the same time. Make them a bit loose. Right, I've got them both loosely fitted. Now ideally, because obviously you've got a lot of sideways movement on these, although it says in the instructions, you've got to love this bit. The first bracket is installed, fair enough. Then mark about 6 inches. About? Fucking hell. We don't do abouts here. About is not a measurement. And on this one it says 6 1/5 of an inch. I mean, come on. Inches? Don't piss about. So I recommend measuring the brackets on the back of the vacuum and then setting them up as close as you can. Maybe even nip them down and then give it a little test, see what happens. Right, what I've done is put it upside down. There you go. There's one bracket, there's another bracket, and these slide down on top of it. So what I've done, I measured there over to that one, and it's 31 centimetres. So that'll be 31 centimetres centre to centre. So what I've done is centred the black rubber thingies, and then from there to there should be 31 centimetres, and they should fit in. Just tighten them down first, because once that's actually fitted onto those, you can't get to them. Being on rubber mounts, they take a little bit of pushing down. That ain't going nowhere, you have to say. I think it's the law. Right, can we get this off? Oh, I screwed myself. Nah, fucking lovely. I think perhaps if I'd moved this bin out of the way, that'd probably helped. Okay, that's all right, it's not too bad. Probably not going to put the tools on the other side. Makes me laugh because this bloody great bracket is apparently also for carrying the tools. Not quite sure how or why, but that's supposed to go on the side of it. But obviously that's not going on the side of it. And there's no way I'm using that. It's more beefy than that, and the tools are plastic. Why? Right, here it is, fully built. We've got a little thing here that the tubes go onto, and then all the attachments go in there, and then the wide brush things go in there. They just clip in, and you've got these tiny little screws that are made of cheese, and you put those in, holds it all together, and that is overkill. Right, there you go, fully stocked. Things stay there. That's a bit shit, that one there, but if you lean it forwards, it's not too bad. That one's all right. Yeah, but as I've not really got any room to put it anywhere, I'll probably just throw all this stuff in a box somewhere and just pull it out when I need it, because I've got nowhere sensible to put it. That thing that I thought was for holding some of the utensils is actually for holding the end of the nozzle. So I suppose it wouldn't be too far in the way, because I can always move the nozzle and get it out of the way. So I'm going to try my best to fit this now without falling down the back of something or losing the screws. Let's go. These fixings are shit. They aren't exactly posi drive, and they aren't exactly Phillips either, but they are made of cheese. And that's how you can tell it is from China, because the fixings are shit. Yeah, this is the control wand. This one has got the on and off on it, and you've got a little clippy thing. There you go, it's ready to go. And we're not in use, I'm presuming it goes like that. How was my measurement? Oh! Oh! Gives me wood. Yeah, the only drawback now, of course, is I need more power, Captain. Right, no one needs to see me doing electrics, because people just complain and whinge, and if anyone follows what I do and then dies, then they might sue me. So what I've done is I've created an extra spur from the garage sockets, and I've gone down through the middle of that into a spare little socket. And now, and at no point did I do it wrong and put the live on one side and then the neutral on the other side, so it was only getting half wave. Obviously, as soon as you plug anything in, it just blew the fuses. I mean, obviously that never happened. It would never have happened. Nice. Right, pull out the little tab. Is that gonna? Oh yeah. Sweet. Right, and if we start from here. That's 30 foot, so what, about 10 metres, something like that. Nice. The old range isn't particularly good on the... Oh, that's all right. Plus, if you want to decrease the amount of suction, you've got a little slider there. And if you really want, you can add all these extras to make it even further. There you go, super gun. I want to break free. I want to break free. Oh no. Well, yeah, it works. Takes a little while for it to spin down a bit. Oh god, now I've made a clean spot. Bollocks. That looks mad. Right, so do I recommend the Giraffe Tools Super Nose vacuum cleaner? Yeah, why not? I can't even remember how much it cost me, to be honest. I pre-ordered it, don't ever pre-order anything, but pre-ordered it, and that was months ago, to be honest. It turned up, I forgot I bought it. Yeah, but it seems well built and massive. It seems to work fine, and it's great for cleaning crap everywhere, and it'll reach everywhere in my garage, so why not? I'll leave a link. I'm not getting any affiliate links or anything out of it, so I'm not making any money. They haven't paid me to say it's good or anything. Otherwise I wouldn't have told them they're fixing with cheese and shit. But yeah, anyway.
I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!